Hello, and welcome to Rainbows and Razor Blades Productions, where chaos reigns in all of our content. Welcome to Monday night, where we play Madness Takes Artena. Last week, we ended on a cliffhanger. So this week, it's going to get interesting. Let us meet our players and tell us who you're playing. We will start with Steve.
Hi, my name's Steve. I go by Hermes4939 at most places on the internet. You can find me on Twitter at W9Steve. And I'm very excited to see where we end up tonight.
And Skeg.
What'd you call me?
Skeg.
I did not hear Skag. Like, geez, ow, that hurts. All right, hello everybody. I'm Skag.
G, not K.
Hello everybody. I'm Skag Water RPG. You can find me on all the social media platforms under that. And yeah, tonight I'll be playing Lustin Fire River. So
before we continue, I'm going to make sure we can actually hear us because I did not check, and that is always a good thing to check.
I did check, and we can hear us.
We can't. Oh, thank you. Steve is on it. All right. So, Mary.
Hi, I'm Mary Kate Mead. You can find me on the socials at Nerd on Wheels 15. You can catch my actual plays over on 2000 Tales and Chaotic Wonderful. I am playing Amariel, the Paladin. Now has a subclass Paladin, which I'm really excited for.
Oh, yes. After last week, they did level up to level 3. So that is very exciting. Izzy.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I'll be playing Paintbrush. I'm on Instagram, Izzy Talavera, all one. And yeah, I'm excited to see what trouble we can get into.
And last but certainly not least, Danny. You're muted if you're talking.
It always happens. There's like too many mute buttons on my computer. There's like 4. I play Trenton, and I got an extra spell slot, so I'm excited. And you can find, oh yeah, I forget, there's other stuff. You can find me on Crows of the Damned on Sundays at 10 p.m. playing a Sorcerer Warlock. And on all social media, Dr. Snugglebutts. I think that's everything. If not, I can't remember.
And as always, I am your very humble, always humble DM, Kristen. As a reminder, you can influence the game by going to our coffee and donating some money to mess with our players, either in good ways, you can bless them, or in bad ways, you can cast Bane upon them. Oh no, we lost Skag.
what happened? What happened? Why you die? No, don't do that. I'm back. I don't know what happened.
So if you would like to influence the game, follow the link, and it'll tell you how. And now,
give me a cursed item
of the last game. At the end of the last game, in a very tense moment, all of our players, all of our characters, with the exception of Trent, saw a loved one in their moments of dying. We've confirmed that at least one of them actually did die in the way that they were seen. But for the rest of them, once Trenton did speak with Hurt, a changeling fortune teller that hangs around the Italos market, it can neither be confirmed nor denied how many of these have actually happened, how many of them may happen, or if some of them would even happen at all. And so we pick back up, and we're going to see how they all react to this. All right. So Who would like to start on their feelings about everything that happened?
Nobody raised their hand at first.
I don't.
Yeah,
do
for real.
feelings. Neither I nor Trenton does feelings.
No, I think Errol is generally very interested. Logically, they're thinking if their grandma died, they're far away. There's nothing that they can specifically do about that situation. But the fact that everyone here had something happen, and that we finally have some matches to the stone with the symbol. There's a temple. We at least have some direction to go. So they're interested in that. Really, otherwise, in a world of kind of magic, something illusions or visions are not entirely that rare. So while it's more interesting than scary at this point, they do feel bad that some other that other individuals were upset about it. That's bad. But mostly they want to kind of kickstart all the interesting things that we found with the general, with the Institute of Wizardry, and there's a lot of very interesting things going on.
Okay.
Anybody else have voice of feelings?
Lustin is kind of at odds with himself right now. Because like on one hand, his sister was the self-proclaimed golden child of the family, and so they actually kind of did like care for them, and to see that happen to her kind of freaked him out a bit. And having word that his brother's out looking for him as well, he's kind of like, oh no, this isn't going to end well if my brother's looking for me and I just saw this. So he's going to try and find his brother if he can.
Make an insight check for me.
Insight check. Oh no. I don't think that's a good roll for Mr. Lustin. Oh, okay. Maybe. I mean, that's a 19 on the dice, plus or minus the thingy. Because my D&D Beyond decided to kick me out of my page. Yay. Insight is... okay, that's 18 total. That's what I figured. Yep.
But it was more than enough. You would know that in the public spaces of the Wizard Institute, there are wizards that will send messages for you to people. So you could always message your brother or have somebody message your brother to find out why he's looking for you and to tell him where to find you currently.
Okay. Coco.
But Trenton is just like in a state of shock. He's not really used to seeing trauma, and he kind of saw everyone's. So he's kind of reveling in this idea of like having this divination moment of like foretelling. Like, oh, the fortune teller's a crackpot. Oh my God, I'm having a vision. Oh my God, I'm having like 5 traumatic visions. What the fuck? So he's kind of just like, it's like if too much got downloaded and now he's like slowly buffering to process. Please allow 10 to 15 minutes for this to reach 100%.
No one else has probably seen Johnny Mnemonic with Keanu Reeves, but it's right there. It's all in your brain.
And you guys did go into the wacky bowl, and you are sitting at a table. And
Yeah. Is this like after we were talking to the professors?
Yeah, this because we ended on the visions last week.
Okay.
So you guys had the visions outside the wacky mole. You guys went into the wacky mole and all kind of sat there, and you did let everybody know that Nineveh was actually had died that way. So
yeah.
Okay, that's right.
So I guess Amariel, this is really raw for her. This happened about 2 weeks ago. So whatever mended trauma she was able to work on has kind of been ripped back open to
On top of
try and
getting
deal with.
emotionally, like just
Yeah.
before it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a large no.
And not even to mention that she had the vision of her of Nineveh from the flower, and then this happened. So not doing too good.
That's a double whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first sweet paladin.
I wrote the letter last time, so I'm gonna go look for a courier to deliver my letter to mom and dad.
Okay. Yeah, you would know this one's pretty easy, that there are some courier stations around the city, so you can find a courier easily to get it to the tribe.
And yeah, he's just feeling sad that his friend died. Prayed a little bit to Theodosis, seeing if he, I don't know, a little bit of guidance.
Okay, so he's gone off to send that letter. It is about early evening by this point, so you can go your separate ways to go and do a couple things if you would like, or you can just call it a wash and go to sleep because of all the emotional trauma.
I think Errol's probably going to pay for his and Amariel's drinks for sure, and probably get one or two more, either for himself or the table. So I think they're definitely going to kind of dig around in their pockets and see how much they owe, and then kind of go back towards the bar.
There is a piece of paper that falls out of your pocket in this moment.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I'll grab that, and then I'm not going to look at it right now. I'll probably shove it in my journal, as it's probably some kind of note or something that he forgot about. So he's going to shove that and take a look at that later. But then talk to the bartender and how much do we owe you for whatever we have over there?
Friends and family discount. We'll call it 8 silver.
Okay. All right. He'll just do.
And she does send another round to the table as well.
Okay. He'll just do a straight gold. And yeah. Oh, one more thing. Where do you get your water from? Do you get it from the well, or do you have someplace that you pull it from here locally, like under the tavern, or how do you get your water?
That you drink? Because the drinking water comes from the well.
Okay. Because we noticed the garden out back that.
For the garden, yes,
yeah.
Yes. Actually, one of the artificers that helps out at the Tatarth Institute kind of built me a little underground aqueduct that comes from the well water. So yes, it is still the well water, but.
Okay. Again, thank you very much. Is there anything I can help you with before I have my drinks and head home for the evening?
You have done enough, and you all look rather shaken about something. So I will leave you to your own devices tonight.
Okay, Priscos and I thank you both. And he'll bring some drinks back to the table, and then kind of sit and mellow there for a little bit, and then probably look at their note in between their pages and make sure it's not something. Take a look and see what it is.
All right. I have already sent you the information on it. Is anybody curious about this note? Does anybody try and look over his shoulder about it? Kind of thing.
Personally, yes. Lustin, no.
I think Trenton is so traumatized that he's just on mega high alert that he would like, if he sees there's a paper out, he would try and get a glimpse because he saw 5 people die that he has no connection to. So he is just like, what's going on?
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check. And Steve, give me a sleight of hand check.
18?
I got a 12.
Oh. So you do get a glimpse over his shoulder. Are you like trying to really read it or just get the quick glimpse?
General concept. Because this is like paper. What does it say? Nothing like about my life that I'm in danger. Cool, next. Because it's just so much.
You do just see something about you do catch, because you go there, something about the Tartarth Institute of Wizardry and something about a delivery.
I'm gonna flag down. Can I have an I just need a very strong drink of anything.
And then
Carol did bring some drinks back to the table, but if you need something stronger, she'll absolutely bring you something.
Yeah, I'm going to raise my hand too. I will say no one's really seen a Mario drink. She just doesn't. That's not something that she really does.
Carol was surprised.
She raises her hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, definitely say that Arrow was surprised when Mario asked for something other than like tea or something along those lines. There was definitely a bit of a surprise. But once Arrow quickly reads over the note, he just kind of shuts his book and drops it into like his like a side pouch or like a side pocket. And then kind of goes back, and then we'll kind of actually lean over to Marielle and say, is there something you want to talk about or go over about what you saw? Something you need to process, or are we just sitting together?
I don't know. It happened not too long ago, so I didn't expect to have such a visceral reaction.
Something that recent is going to have that reaction, and that accepting and understanding that is important. But happy to just sit, have some drinks and just sit.
I think I would like that.
Okay.
And after it's asked for strong drinks, anybody besides the two of Trent and Amariel that wanted something stronger? Or just the two of them?
When in Rome, so to speak. Yeah. not gonna turn down that.
Leston?
Lustin is actually gonna ask for water.
Okay.
He's the opposite.
She brings over a cold glass of water for you, and then Paintbrush is good with his drink. And she does set 3 shots on the table, and it's a very clear liquid, and she's serving it in chilled shot glasses. When you do take these shots, it has a crisp kind of apple-y flavor, but it's as strong as the strongest ever clear.
Oh. She just downs it like it's water.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll do it. That'll start a fire. Okay.
Now, all right, Errol, where did that accent come from? You went, is there something that you're not telling us, Errol?
Just wipes his eyes. Yeah, there's probably a lot.
For some reason, I do not doubt that, actually.
He just kind of laughs and slaps you on the back a little harder than you should have. And said, "Yeah, I think I'm going to make some food tomorrow. I think I'm going to cook. I'm going to cook tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to cook.
You have something in mind, do you?
It's a spicy roll pastry. You take the butter in between the dough, and it's like you press it, and then it kind of puffs up, and then you put some spicy like sausage or meat in between it, and then you kind of cut it up. You can't cut it too thin, otherwise it looks stupid. So you have to make it kind of a little bit wider, and then it's got some spice in it. And I'm gonna go drop some off to that wizard that helped us out today. I don't know how much spice to put in it because I don't want to kill him. That's what I'm gonna do later. And he just kind of just sits back with his other drink now.
Hey Trenton, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Do you think you can take me to one of your wizard buddies?
Don't really have wizard buddies.
Okay, how about one of your mentors or teachers or whatever you call them?
I can try. I don't know how. I really don't know what the school policy is for non-students.
I need to send a message out to somebody.
Trenton, you would know that there are some public offices specifically where some wizards just send messages on rotation for people that need it. Instant messaging, as it were.
Well, we can go to the office and see about getting you in for a little bit. We can say stuff has happened and we just need information. I just continue to drink. Trenton is obviously shook.
Yeah, Trenton is...
Paintbrush, give me an insight check on him.
I rolled 13 plus insight.
Yeah.
18 altogether.
Are you trying to hide it all, how you're feeling, Trenton, or are you...
No, Trenton has lived somewhat of a sheltered life, so he does not have experience in hiding trauma.
So yeah,
sheltered life.
You definitely think that he's not handling what had happened the day before as you would expected him to. Like, you do know that he's not experienced anything like this before, but on the same token, you're used to the Trenton that's full of mischief and piss and vinegar, if you will.
Yeah. So I am going to, since head scratches make me feel good, I'm going to reach over, give him some head scratches. And I'm going to give him my ball of yarn to comfort him.
I don't know what's going on. What is this? I look at the group. Is this something people do?
Well, if Paintbrush obviously cares about you. So,
so like this is something like people generally do?
No.
No.
I mean, not where I'm from, but that's not really what happens here. So who knows? And she's just gonna take another whatever's left at the table.
Yeah.
I'm gonna retract my yarn ball and scratch one more time and take my hand back.
Yeah. Stop and like Paintbrush. Do you like those things? Is that ball important to you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that.
And I'm gonna kind of daze off and fiddle with my yarn ball.
I have an idea. We need to find the biggest yarn ball ever now.
I'll write that down. And see him take out his thing. Largest yarn ball. Check.
All right. So there is still time left in the day to get to the courier to send the letter, to go talk to the wizard about the sending, and to bake.
Okay.
So as you guys get to the point where you're like, all right, I think I've drunk enough, or maybe not enough. Malgtris does come over, and to those of you that were drinking a little bit more heavily, does put its like one of those bottles that's wider at the bottom and kind of comes up to the top skinnier, and it has a cork in it. And she does say, on the house, I'm not sure what's going on, but I think you all need this. And to the three of you that drank the appley Everclear type liquor, you do each get a bottle of that.
Oh, Everclear. Okay.
That was a mixture. Apple Everclear.
Yep. Well, we're going to add that. We're going to add that. Yeah, I think I'll, obviously kind of head on off and make sure I have everything for the recipe I need, which I think I do.
Yeah, I'd say this is probably something that Errol cooks often enough that, and Cobnas enjoys it enough that he would keep the ingredients on hand.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll do that, and then I think I'll head off and kind of sober up a little bit, and then start that and let it set. What time is it? Did you say?
It's early evening. It's probably about. I mean, it's darker than it would be this time of night. A lot of in the real world because of the having to filter through the storms.
Okay.
But
yeah, I'll probably wait till
it's easily like 3 hours till the normal go to bed time kind of thing.
Okay. All right. When I get done with those, I'll probably, it'll only take 45 minutes or an hour to cook that. I'll head off. Just let's see where I need to go. I'll be heading. I'll head back towards the Institute of Wizardry and head over to the well that's outside there and kind of lay down and kind of take a look up at the stars while I'm laying down, and then just kind of toss a bag to myself and then just drop it in the well. And then once I'm done with that, I will head back and go to bed. And that's it for Errol.
Okay.
I'll probably walk Trenton home and then go to the monastery if we're all going home. Make sure that he gets there okay. And then go back to the monastery, go to bed.
Yeah, Leston would be with the two of you since he wants to go send that message. So.
Oh, yeah.
I'm coming. I'm following along with you.
And is Trenton drunk enough that someone has to hold him up, or is he just fine following?
Roll a Constitution saving throw, Trenton.
That one.
Oh my god!
So we're both dragging him.
Holding him up in between you.
His feet are just doing that little hobble step as he sways side to side.
Then would I know where his dorm is in this?
Oh yeah,
school?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the guards on the dorms have seen you often enough, and they see the state he's in, and they're like, "Go on up and take him."
So put Trenton in bed, tuck him in, and then I'll see where Leston is going in the monastery or in the school.
Yeah,
Leston, it's very obvious where, because Trenton had told you just enough about it's the public face that you can ask one of the guards on your way out where you need to go, and they'll direct you.
Okay, good. Do you mind following me to do this really quickly?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And he will go to the public sending.
So yeah, you walk into this office and there's four desks where currently looking bored are 4 wizards. And they all kind of sit up and, do you need a message sent? And like all of them like set up like, oh my gosh, we might actually get something to do. Because it does cost 10 gold to send one of the messages. But
10 gold.
but
Alright.
they do
Instant answer, though.
they ask what it has to do with, because sometimes they will offer discounts depending on how severe the message is.
How about I will say, Lesson will tell them, family emergency. I need to make sure that my sister is okay.
They kind of look at you, and there's still like just enough of that trauma left in your face. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
Oh, goody. One of the things that I'm actually decent in. No, never mind. I'm not decent in it.
What did you roll total? And I mean, there is enough of the trauma there that they do knock it down to 5 gold, but you feel like if you'd been a little bit more impassioned, that maybe they had knocked a little bit more off. But
Maybe.
so yes, it is 5 gold to send a message. And do you know what you want them to send? And is it going to your brother?
It will be going to my brother. I will describe my brother in all of his glorious outfit that he likes to wear for some freaking reason.
Bards.
Yeah. Bards and whatnot. And then he will say, please, this is Lustin. Please tell me that our sister is okay. I am very concerned about her.
You want to tell him where you're at?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So the wizard that is sending it for you kind of cocks his head and repeats the message. And then he sits there for a second and he's like, he responds with, as far as I know, our sister is fine. I am looking for you because mom and dad are worried.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just listening in.
Okay. And I mean, that's it. That's all that he wanted to do. As long as she's safe.
Give me one more persuasion check, quick.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Now that's an 18.
He kind of looks at you and he's like, I feel like there's more going on. Would you like me to try and send a message to your sister?
Yes.
He's like, I won't charge you for this one. It seems an interesting story is unfolding here, and now I'm invested.
There very well might be, depending on who you are.
This would be the best job ever. You're like, wait, what's going on? Oh my God.
Literally, it's like the nosy lady. This is like her business. It's that one busybody in the neighborhood. And it's like has a stupid fucking stand. It's like, oh, okay.
They know everybody's bullshit that happens.
Here, we'll sign this release, but they're like, we are burning all our spell slots, honey. We are figuring this out. We are here for you.
And she's going to talk about it at Bridge the next week.
But not use names, because that would be tacky.
But then for some reason, it'll circle back to you. That somebody said something about it. You're like, what the hell?
Bitch!
I didn't even tell you.
All right, so what do you want to send to your sister?
Okay, yes. Hey, this is Lustin. I know your long lost brother. It's weird hearing from me. I just wanted to check in on you and make sure that you are fine and that your tour is doing okay.
You cut off about there. before your tour is how far
Okay.
you get.
Okay.
I think that's about where, because you were talking fast and you only get 25 words.
Yes.
And she's kind of, or he kind of repeats back, like sends it as you're telling him. And again, with the head cocked to the side, and she replies with, "Yes, of course I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be? I mean, I did meet a weird man the other day, and Mom and Dad are worried about you. Good to hear from you, I guess." But yes, he does get a reply back. So as of this moment, she is fine.
Shit. 10 more gold.
Put it all on red.
All right, what are you sending this time?
Can you please describe this man? And did he have any of the symbol? And he'll describe the symbol that's tattooed on his arm. I don't know how many words that'll take.
Jagged spiral.
Yeah, jagged. So 2.
The message comes back with no, like drawn out like that. But he did have a weird symbol that was, I have this up, give me a second. A flaming arrow piercing a heart. And both you and Paintbrush can give me a religion check if you would like.
Oh,
So you're
God.
both hearing this.
Where are we at? Religion? Oh, jeez. Bro.
15 for a
Bro.
14. I have -1, so 14.
Why? That's another 1.
Oh no. Getting him out of the way. You'll
Lustin,
need your
you're kind
20.
of just like so shocked by everything that happened and you saw, and just like flustered with the fact that you have contacted both your brother and your sister. They're worried about you. Your parents are worried about you. And there's just a lot of weird shit happening that you can't think of anything off the top of your head. But Paintbrush, you did roll high enough that you would know that that is the holy symbol of Lisha, the seductress of the fallen.
Okay.
I'm going to tell that to Lustin. That's whose symbol it is, Lisha's. As I'm obviously not, overhearing or anything. I'm trying to be quiet.
We'll
about
turn
it.
over to Lustin. I'll be like, you don't tell anybody anything. This just stays between us 3. He's gonna count the people in the room. 7.
I nod. I agree.
I will discuss this more with you later, Paintbrush, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you finished for now, heading your separate ways?
I'm going to look back to the wizard that's helping us out. Can you tell her again that I miss her and that I am sorry that I have been distant?
Oh, God, where is she? Where is she?
Looks at you and is like, I'll tell her that. And
Thank you.
does the head cock again and says the apology. And he looks back up at you and he's like, she says it's okay. And she understands. You didn't feel like you had a place there and you needed to find yourself. But she looks forward to seeing you again.
This is making it way more harder than it has to be. Unless it's just gonna turn and walk away. To give Paintbrush head scratches now.
Yeah.
Gonna follow Lustin out.
You got the one head scratch.
one head scratch. All right, now you go your separate ways. Anything else either of you two would like to do before your night ends? Trenton, you're passed out.
Yeah, absolutely.
How much does it cost for the regular courier for my letter? Because 10 gold's a little steep. So
well, that's because it uses spell slots that are third level for that spell. For just a regular courier, it's like 5 copper.
Off. I send my letter to mom and dad. Hopefully they send me some snacks. And then I'm gonna go to the monastery, go to bed.
Okay. Anything else for you, Lustin?
No, I'm going to go to. I'm going to go to the room that I have, thanks to Errol.
You do pass him in the common area in the kitchen, cleaning up from having made pastries.
Actually, what you're probably going to find is he's going to be kind of drunk, and he is going to have cast Detect Magic and is going to be wandering around Cobnos's place and seeing if anything pops, kind of dancing and singing something weird to himself. But you see, like, the head wraps he normally wears are immaculately folded and kept in a very specific spot. But for the rest of the time, he's wandering around singing to himself, casting mending on anything that's broken. Like literally just like kind of talking to himself, casting spells randomly, like spiritual weapon. So there's like a mace that follows him around for a while. Like, and he is just rocking out to himself, like cast false life on himself, see if he feels a little better. Nah, takes another drink, cast mending on some other stuff, and then is kind of like going to dig in a pile if he thinks he sees like a detect magic pop up, but he's kind of smashed. So it's debatable whether he actually saw something pop up or not. I would
How
like
empty
to take.
is the bottle you were given?
He's only probably taken like 3 shots out of it with how strong it is.
Give me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. 4.
Yes.
So
you kind of see what he described, but instead of singing, it's more like mumble humming. And he trips over a lot of things, and he's mending things that aren't broken. And like at one point you see him pick up this little figurine and he's like, it's magical. And it's very obviously like a collectible figurine that is known throughout Artena and is just a little cheap piece of porcelain.
He did get a 17 on investigation check, even with a disadvantage.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So you are confused because you're like, wait a second, this isn't what was glowing. And then you do pick up a ring that is magical, but since Cobnas is so nice, you don't steal from him, obviously, and you put it somewhere safe because it was like buried in a box of like knickknacks and
yeah, and I'll put it up on the counter for tomorrow, and then you'll see him stumble up to bed and he casts command on himself and says sleep. And I rolled, oh shoot, where'd it go? I rolled like a 6 or something like that. No, my wisdom save was a 9 and my save DC is a 14. So essentially I made myself lay down. So That's it. I got to use up all my spell slots.
So how fucked is this kitchen still?
Oh no, the kitchen is magical.
This is
like
he
this is my
cleaned
thing,
that
man.
before he left, kind of
yeah.
thing, and you're coming back after he'd finished cleaning and decided to
kitchen is magical.
take more drinks.
Okay.
But there are some stuff downstairs in Cognass's shop that are very much not where they should be.
That wasn't me. Are you okay?
He's asleep.
Okay.
I'm out. I commanded myself to lay down.
Okay.
And I failed my DC. I'm pretty sure you can't cast it on yourself. Whatever.
You were drunk, so you think that it worked.
Yeah.
Apparently it did.
I hung out with Priscas for the last hour or so.
Okay. I'm going to go up into my room and pop into the conch shell and just lay in there for a while.
Ruminating.
Mm-hmm.
Then later you hear this drunken night.
It's very disturbing when people do that.
Hey, love you.
You have a very odd sense of love.
And Amariel, what did you do?
I think I'm probably tending to the greenhouse. I want to investigate that new plant that I accidentally made.
Okay. Roll me a nature check on that.
Okay. Let me check. That's pretty good. 18.
All right. So you go and you're looking at it and you kind of like touch it and it's cold to the touch and kind of like staring at it, and it's growing faster than the real plant would. And so you can tell that it has that it is that plant that's next to it. And you kind of feel a hand on your shoulder and you look up and Satara is standing there. And she's like, "You did good with this. This is something new. This is something interesting. And I think that it might help you in the future. When it blooms, take the flower." And I'm sorry.
Sorry, such a cold stare.
She's like, "I am sorry that what happened earlier happened.
Sorry?
It was not my doing. It was none of the gods' doing. Unfortunately, you all ran into a Nothic in the tunnels. And he did pull images from all of you and then passed it on to a member of the Whispers of the Ended. And they sent a wizard that can do major image. And that's why it all played out in front of you.
Who?
I do not know the names.
But you know what happened.
Yes, I know it happened.
But you don't know.
You will be running into this group quite soon, I believe. I'm not sure that you will get answers, but this does mean that they feel threatened by something that you're doing.
That's fine. There's definitely a look of Amariel's a nice person, but there's a side that's shown in this moment of a vengeance and almost a cold, like, I'm going to make these people pay. Like, in a way that from this kind facade that is normally shown is jarring in a way. Thank you for the help. Really.
I know it will never feel like enough, but though I am a deity, I am not omniscient. I only can see what is shown to me as well.
I see. That's fine. It's just fine. Anything else? Anything else scarring that you would like to help me with?
None of what I have given you is meant to be scarring. Nineveh asked me to give the emotional lily to you. I granted her a boon to go to the Feywild and pick one to send to you.
Her fists just ball up into like, I'm gonna really try not to punch this deity in the face, but just full on trying so hard to contain this anger. I appreciate you being so kind. Thank you.
Don't punch the messenger. Sorry. She does kind of squeeze your shoulder a little bit and then just kind of dissipates into mist in the room.
I will finish tending to whatever needs left. And I'm going to try to sleep, thoroughly attempt.
How much more of the alcohol have you drinking that Malictris gave you?
I think I saved it for a rainy day.
For more emotional damage?
Yeah, or wherever it would come in handy. Thinking if I get too drunk, I don't really have anyone to hold me back per se. And I don't like when the angry side comes out. So I'm just gonna try and go to bed and move forward.
And on that note, we are going to take our break. Let our players get a break from the emotional damage I'm putting them through. And we'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes. I always wait to see it come back, and I'm probably talking. Yep, there we go.
Yep.
That lag gets me. Welcome back. We were talking about cookies. Where we left off, you all get a long rest. Woohoo!
Long rest.
Long rest check.
Paintbrush. When you wake up, you do see the instant messaging paper glowing.
I'm gonna go over and read my glowing paper.
So Sub-Zero does write to you, and it says, so I heard a rumor, unsubstantiated, but at the bookstore Bound to Please, it appears that treatise on the blind crone that was thought lost has been found, but nobody there can read it because it's in Undercommon. So I'm sending you to go get it because I remember you saying you could speak it.
I can. And then I'm gonna write back. I'm on my way to the bookstore. Do you want me to bring it back? Or do you want me to translate it over paper?
She writes back and says, go ahead and check it out. Make sure, she's like, it should be talking about, just as long as it talks about the blind crone, we want it. But we have a couple of the librarians here that also speak Undercommon, but we don't send them out on errands as often. So I just want you to check it out first, and then we can have it translated, and we'll let you know what we find, because we're not going to send you on this mission and then not tell you.
Yeah. Okay, on my way. And I'm going to do my big stretch, get out of bed. And, oh shit, I didn't ask the name of the... Hi, what's the name of the book?
They said it has no title. Don't know what you're talking about.
All right, I'm going to fold up my paper and head to the bookstore.
How early do you wake up?
Pretty early. I practice my monk stuff. I try to stay disciplined.
So do you do your practice stuff before you go, or do you just go straight there?
I'll probably do like my practice stuff first and then head straight there.
Okay. It does still have the closed sign flipped on it, but it does have hours, and it's like a half an hour or so before it should open. So it is right basically outside of the Wacky Mole, and Melgtris is usually up early with coffee on, so...
I'm going to... Do I know if she has like milk or not?
Let me see if she would have milk. I think she gave milk to you once, but you were unsure if it was actually good.
It's intellect devour milk. Don't ask me how that happens, but that's just what it is.
So yeah, you can go in there and ask her for milk. And she's like, oh, just got a fresh delivery today.
Thank you. Can just a little bit of warm milk on the go. I'm going to be out there in the cold.
Pictures to speak
sure.
up.
And well, like, how about a little nutmeg in with it? So yes, you do get a dash of nutmeg in your warm milk.
Thank you.
Sir, can I have some more?
I am going to tip her. How much?
She says that's 5 silver. She doesn't get milk very often, so it is a little bit more expensive than like what an ale would cost you there.
Ooh, I'll give her 10 silver.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go wait outside until the bookstore opens with my warm milk.
Are any of the rest of you early risers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Especially after how much you drank.
I'm gonna go check. Lustin's gonna check up on Earl before he leaves.
Yeah. Yeah, you see me like just repeating like Spirit of the Dying and like casting it at my head.
Okay, he's fine.
And I kind of roll over and I'm like, there's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes. And then I'll get up probably about an hour later.
Instead of sleeping in, I tranced in, so I had a rest for 5 hours.
Yes. All right. Any of the rest of you headed to the Wacky Mole Tavern? Is there anything that you want to do that are up early?
I'm
gonna roll my portents.
Okay.
I can do that now. Boom. Ooh.
Mary, you looked like you were going to talk. What's a Marielle doing?
I was going to tend to the new plant, see how it's growing, and make sure it's all good. Do whatever to like make sure that it's not like encroaching too much, but like keep it healthy, water it.
Yeah, if you get down to where like just dig a little bit to check all the roots and stuff, they are just growing straight down. They're not like spider webbing out.
Perfect. But yeah, I'm just gonna tend to that, get ready for the day. Check through my journal and kind of cataloging of like, it's not necessarily like a kill list, but it's a little bit of a kill list. Check stuff off, like, you know, just kind of like almost like one of those crazy in her notebook she has like one of those crazy note boards that is like the red yarn connected type of thing of like a mystery. She set one of those up in there with like whatever glittery pen that she got from the Feywild, and is like making sure everything's set up and she has her facts straight before seeing the rest of the group with the new information.
All right. Lustin, after you check on Errol, do you head out for the morning?
Oh yeah. No, he's gonna go straight for the
So as you come downstairs, you do see Cobness, and he kind of has his hands out and he's staring around the store. What happened in here?
your best friend.
Oh, did he get drunk again?
Little bit. He's up there casting Spirit of the Dying on himself right now as we speak.
He thinks that it helps with the hangover, but I really don't think it does.
Never does.
He's like, well, okay. I mean, a couple of the things he mended actually needed it, but I'm sure he mended stuff that didn't. And like he looks over and there's like 2 shelves that are now fused together that hadn't been before. Just some random stuff like that. Ah, well, I guess I will make do. Go enjoy your day.
Okay. You can just walk off like, I don't know how to handle that.
He does trip over something, and as you're walking out the door, you hear, ah!
Be careful.
I'm going to kill that boy.
Well, don't kill him. He's a good boy.
I meant metaphorically.
And Mustin will head to the Wacky Mole Tavern.
Okay, yeah, you do walk up just as Paintbrush is like getting the milk, and you can kind of see movement back in the greenhouse and see Marielle back there.
Okay, Paintbrush. I guess now I will tell you what's going on.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna offer him some of my nutmeg milk.
Yes. So I'm sure, as you can see from yesterday, I am a runaway from my family.
Why are you running?
Well, you have those family members, that you never feel up to par with them.
No, never.
Okay, well, it's like that.
Oh.
You're the failure of the family.
Mm.
And so I left.
I'm gonna head. Oh no, he has his hat on.
Yeah, hat is on.
I'm going to scratch his hat close as I can get.
You and this head scratching thing.
It'll be okay. They sound like they still love you though. From what I heard, your brother and your sister are just glad you're okay.
That's all they need to know for now. I want to keep them out of all this as much as I can.
Mm.
And yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start with my person. I haven't seen them in years, and their orc tribe travels.
Oh, and did you meet them in one of these travels, or were you kind of like adopted into the family?
No, my tribe stays put. They stay in the desert, just in one place. But the orc tribe that Zar is from travels around, and his tribe was near my tribe for a little bit. And yeah, so we were friends. We played. He taught me how to throw things. I taught him how to paint.
Oh, that's nice. That's very sweet.
Yeah. I'm gonna sip on my milk and nutmeg.
All right, I'm going to go order coffee. I will be right back.
And I'm gonna point over to the bookstore. I'm gonna be waiting right over there and to go over and kind of like sit on the stoop. Wait for.
I will take one coffee, black, nothing in it, please, and thank you.
So yeah, you sit there and drink your coffee.
Where is where is Trenton at? Where did he go?
Trenton, really quick, roll me a history check.
Awful. Oh, no, not awful. 13.
You have one class this morning and one scheduled for the afternoon, but it's one you normally skip, and so do a lot of other people. So the class this morning is on learning first level spells, and they actually let you copy a spell over into your book during that time and provide the sheets for it.
I feel like I would go to class to try and like normalize all this trauma. Like go as far.
And you get to learn a new spell.
Well, that too. But he would go like not even knowing that. It's more of like go to a place you know that's completely safe and boring, where no one is dying.
Fair.
So yeah, he'd go to class and he'd get a latte at the coffee car actually in the campus. He wouldn't leave campus.
He's real traumatized.
Yeah, he's so traumatized. He saw so much death in the span of like 4 minutes. And yeah, he gets a nice little latte, light brown, 3 sugars, 2 creamers, 2 pumps of white mocha. And he'll just go to class and he just doesn't even acknowledge anyone. He just sits in the back and just drinks his coffee like he's just like trying to compartmentalize what happened because it was too much.
Okay, and you can go ahead and pick any new first level spell to add to your spellbook.
Yay!
One with any first level spell.
Yes, I'm giving him this one because it does get real expensive to learn new spells for wizards.
Yeah.
So expensive.
So expensive.
Spell book.
Need to be given to you by Jesus.
So, Paintbrush, the bookstore does eventually open, and you see Arella High Spell, the shy little halfling that runs the store, and she stands at like 4'4", so she's a lot shorter than you, and she does her best to just look unremarkable. So it's like her brown hair, her brown eyes. Like she's got a little bit of freckles on her face, but otherwise she like keeps her hair down and kind of around her face. And the only time, because you have been in the bookstore every once in a while, because you do like to keep an eye out for spell books if you can find them for Trenton and anything else that you might come across. And if you get her talking about a book she's into, she'll talk a lot, but otherwise she's pretty quiet. Oh, hello, Paintbrush. What can I help you with?
Hi, I am looking for a book. It doesn't have a title, so this might be hard.
Did the monastery send you?
Yes, they sent me.
Oh, yes, I don't directly deal with them, but if I come across something I think that they like, I get the story in the right ears and they will go and tell them.
Oh.
But yes, come on over here. And she does show you, it's like, it's a shoddily bound book. Like it does have like a leather cover on it, but it doesn't look quite like it was properly cured. So there is a little bit of a musty, gross smell to it. And then when you do open it, it is indeed an undercommon. And all it says is wrong notes. Too many notes.
All of the notes.
There's again, it's not titled, like it doesn't have any bold area, but it just says meetings with the blind crone.
Interesting. I am going to kind of page through it. I'm going to first look for pictures.
There are no pictures.
Then I'm going to see if there is kind of anything that stands out to me.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check on it.
I rolled an 11 minus 1, 10.
You don't see anything that jumps out to you, but it is a very small, like scrawled handwriting. So it is a little bit more difficult to read quickly since it's not your mother tongue.
Thank you so much. How much is this book?
Just tell the provost that I'll put it on his tab.
Oh, will do. And then, did you get any new spell books in here, by the way?
She's like, well, I'm not sure because we did get a bunch of books in and they're off over in this corner. But if you want to go ahead and look, you can.
Yeah. And I'm going to put the other book in a safe compartment somewhere on me and go through the pile. I'm mostly looking for picture books, but I will look for
roll me 2 investigation checks. The first one will be for picture books. The second one to see if you find any spell books.
Please have picture books for Paintbrush. Please.
You're muted. I can't hear you.
Oh, dang. There we go. Thank you. I rolled exactly the same thing. So all up, they both were 12.
So you do go through them, and you do find one sketchbook. So there is that. And you do find two like children's picture books that's very like C-Spot run. But you don't see any spell books in the pile.
Well, I'm happy with my books, so I'm gonna purchase those 3 and take them with me.
It's like 6 silver for all 3 of them.
I will pay her 6 silver. And thank you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm gonna leave to the monastery.
Bug.
So yeah, you meet up with Saphira and hand off the book to her, and she's like, excellent, thank you. We will let you know what we learn, but this is a book that, as far as it looks, is one that's been lost for about 200 or 300 years. So.
Oh, I'm excited to hear about it.
But she does like kind of waves and then hustles off to one of the hallways that leads to the higher level libraries where you don't yet have access to.
Goodbye. As she goes. And then I'm gonna head back to everyone is usually meets at the Wacky Mall, so that's where I'm gonna go to. Wacky Mall.
Okay. Amariel and Leston are still there. I don't know if Errol has woken up quite yet. Trenton's actually in class. Like, you can go past the Institute of Wizardry and you know which room he's supposed to be in, and just like peek in the window, and you do actually see him there studiously scrawling for this spell.
Oh, actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna sit in the window seal. I'm gonna try to be sneaky. Can I do a stealth check?
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Just on the edge of the thing there with this giant paintbrush. Squatting down on the side of it.
23 for stealth.
Yeah, you kind of peek in the window and you see him, and you kind of swing up and close a little bit one of the shutters. I'm like, I know this word.
The word is there.
So that it kind of like, it doesn't change how the sunlight's coming in because that's not quite up yet. So it's just dark enough outside still that you can kind of blend in with the shutter.
I'm gonna drink my milk and watch from the windows.
You want to try and perceive him, Trenton?
Yeah. Nat 20.
Oh my God.
What?
Perception 26.
Yeah. You kind of glance up as you're copying this new spell over, and you do see just like cross-legged in the window, drinking from a cup.
I don't ever really understand what he's thinking. Okay. Back to chromatic orb.
Nice.
Yeah, like he'd get an offensive spell because he doesn't really have that many. He's like, must defend myself.
Yeah, I think Arrow is probably getting up. And we'll go downstairs, kind of hop, skip, and a jump downstairs. And then we'll try to avoid Cobnos until he can get into the kitchen to pull out like 3 or 4 of the rolls.
The kitchen is upstairs.
Okay, good. Yeah, he will he will put like 4 or 5 of the rolls in a box to bring to the Wizardry Academy to be dropped off. He'll put another 3 on the plate, and then we'll leave, the rest for the rest of the group that he'll drop off later. But he'll bring a plate down to Cobnos and kind of inspect the rampant damage and the non-damage that they did. Okay. And then, we'll slide the plate in front of Cobnos and kind of slide the ring over too. It's like, so
Cobnas kind of looks up and he glares at you, sniffs the air, slides a vial over that is his hangover cure.
We kind of like trade. And you're like, yeah, I
And
made
he
the
felt
rules.
like, what is with the ring?
I found it. It may or may not be magical. I wanted to see what you want for it.
Do you have identify?
Nope. I got detect magic though.
He's like, well, if it's magic, I've got to go and talk to my friend and figure out what it is, and we'll talk later.
No, fine. Or I can just take it and I can pay you money for it and we can have a surprise.
Roll a persuasion check.
Before he does that, before he talks to Cobnas a little bit, once he sees him try to start scheming, he's going to take out a little vial and drink it real quick. And a little black vial, and he's going to kind of toss that down at the same time he takes the hangover cure.
Are you trying to hide this from Cobnos or not?
Oh yeah. All right. We're gonna drop something on the floor and
roll deception. And oh, thanks, Chad. Everybody has advantage now.
Yay!
We got 16 on our deception check.
All right. He rolled a 17 on his perception.
Seriously?
And he kind of glares at you, shakes his head. I guess.
And then we're going to do persuasion, was it?
Yes, persuasion to try and convince him to just sell you the ring as a surprise.
Yep. That's going to be an 11.
He rolled a 19 on his insight. So he's like, I will have it identified first. No surprise.
All right. Well, I'm going to go over and see her friend and drop him off some of these rolls as a thank you for talking with me yesterday. So I'm just going to leave these at the door and have them dropped off. Okay?
Do you tell him that you're going to the Wizards Institute?
Oh, yeah. I said he helped us out a lot yesterday. I actually kind of liked his rambling talking. So I'm going to go drop these. I'm going to go drop these off. So
if I have you take the ring for him to identify, you bring it back.
Bring it back.
Okay. So he does give you the ring to take with you for that.
I promise not to fix the shelves again. I promise not to fix the shelves.
I don't believe you.
Well, put out a pile of stuff that actually needs to be fixed, and I'll fix that. All right?
Okay.
All right. I'll see you later. And then I'm gonna go. We'll go to the Wizardry Academy with a nice little box of the rolls, of the pork rolls, and then see if I can get in.
Okay. So yeah, you go over. Are you going to see his friend, or are you going to see the one that had the book?
I'm going to go see his friend first because they're the ones that helped us out, and I'm going to give the rolls to them, show them the ring, and then ask about the other person that has the book. So,
yeah, that the other person was basically right across the hall. So if you give some to him and then some to the other guy, yeah. All right. Yep. So you do show him the ring, and he does cast Identify, and it is a ring of truth telling.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. I will tell him thank you very much. I'll bring this directly back to Cobnas. And if you like the rolls, that's great. If you want a recipe, or if you just if anytime I make them, I'm happy to drop off one or two. Do you mind if I go talk to your friend across the hall that had that book you were talking about?
Go.
Okay.
Give him these tasty rolls, and he takes a big bite.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll go knock on the door.
This wizard looks like he just woke up because he's definitely the older of them, and he's still in kind of a sleeping robe.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, friend across the hall. I dropped some breakfast rolls off to. He said you might like some, and he said there's a book that we might have some mutual interest in.
You guys had already talked to him about
Okay.
the book that had the
Okay,
symbol
good.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the second stop that you made.
Yep,
And so
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hand the rolls over first, and then we ask about the book.
He basically told you everything that he knew about the book
Good.
the day
Okay,
before,
good.
and it was
That's,
in a
okay. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so basically, just leave him a couple rolls. This is his thank you. If you need any more, I'm staying with Cobnos, but otherwise, these might help you wake up a little bit. I hope you enjoy them.
He nods and then closed the door.
Yep. Be on my way. And then I'll head back to Cobnos and talk to him about the ring.
All right. So yeah, you do show him the ring. And he's like, all right. I can sell this to you. Minor discount, but I will go no lower than 50 gold.
I got the identifying done. Like
This is normally 100 gold.
all right, well, I don't have that much right now. Can you at least just put it away? I'll do a couple more jobs and I'll get the money. Can you put it away for me?
Okay, fine. I will hold on to it for you for 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks. All right. Give me
And he
2
kind of
weeks.
puts it in a little lockbox under his counter.
All right.
We're going
head
mafia.
Yeah.
2 weeks to give me the money.
And then I will head over and try to find everyone else.
Okay, so about lunchtime is when Trenton's class is out. Do you grab paintbrush and head to the wacky mole, or do you try and lose him on your way to the wacky mole?
No, I'll grab paintbrush. It's been a complicated 24 hours, so I'll just signal for him to come.
Gonna hop off. Surprised that he's seen me. And walk on over.
Shall we?
Yeah.
And then we just make our way to the tavern to meet with everyone else.
All right, and as you're all sitting there, you're discussing various things that have happened and what your next steps might be. When you do hear a commotion outside.
Yeah. Definitely want to go check that out. I am ready for anything.
So what you see is a changeling in his natural form, or their natural form, but definitely different from what Hurt looks like. A goblin and a bugbear. And they're all walking and being very loud, and anybody who's looking outside, roll me in a perception check.
Pro.
$24 altogether.
At disadvantage, I'm at 19 still.
13.
A 17.
0. I critically failed.
And have a -1.
I look at
Amariel is just definitely woke up and chose violence and just is not looking as closely at stuff as she normally would. But the rest of you do see that each of them are wearing a necklace that does have the flaming arrow going through a heart on it. And paintbrush, with your roll, you would pick up that all three of them appear to be rogues.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna tell them that they're dangerous, that they're rogues. Be careful.
Do you tell us about the holy symbol?
Or does anybody else say it to
Does
them?
anybody else say it?
Yes, I'll tell them that they're all wearing the holy symbol as well.
Or what the holy symbol is, whatever.
The one to the
Leisha.
one that was bothering your sister.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't
Leisha.
know about. Yeah, I wouldn't have mentioned it because I don't know that it's actually important. But
I'm gonna go march right outside.
Oh, I chose violence, and I'm guessing that because we did know about the symbol, I believe from the general's office. It talked about infiltrators. The infiltrators were following Leisha, and they were trying to take over.
You are smart. You are smart.
The whispers of the end.
No.
The rogues are coming up a lot.
I chose violence today. I'm going out.
Yeah, I'm definitely heading outside for sure. And once I see our friend moving with gusto, I'm going to kind of follow along and see where this leads.
You have the two most charismatic people in this entire party running straight for them.
So the goblin kind of gives a very toothy grin, and he's all like, "Just the people we've been looking for."
Oh no! Yeah,
And we will roll
really?
for initiative at the beginning of our next episode.
Of course.
Oh, come on.
Of course.
Damn it. Trauma into combat.
Of course. That's
Thank you,
just the way
everybody,
it's
for
gonna
coming
be.
out and joining us, and the players.
As we go and murder these three fools.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
So let's go ahead and start with Danny for outros. Tell us where we can find you and what you got going on.
You can find me everywhere on Dr. Snugglebutts. I'm also on Crows of the Damned. We're going to start the Arc 2 in about 2 weeks. So you can see we play Theron, Sorcerer Warlock, who's just a little ball of chaos everywhere. And yeah, follow this channel.
Danny's just a little ball of chaos everywhere.
Yes.
I feel like most of us are, really.
And Izzy.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I'm just playing here on Mondays. My character is being made tomorrow, so check that out.
Yes, on Watercolored Wizardry.
Yes, and then I'll see you guys. Oh no, I'm on Instagram. All one Izzy Talavera, and I'll see you guys next time.
We're gonna get you a Twitter one day.
We need the Twitter. I need this magical
We will make
joy
it
on
happen,
Twitter.
even if we have to make it and give you the login.
Oh, you want? I mean, if you want me to, I'll do it right now, right after we're done here.
Yeah, for real. Like, you let us know. We'll hook you up.
is just a paintbrush account. Is just
That's just a profile picture. It's just the character.
Paintbrush. That's it.
It's a paintbrush account now.
And Mary.
Hi, Mary Kate Mead. You can find me on socials at Nerd on Wheels 15, where I chat about disability, TTRPGs, and everything in between. You can also catch me on 2000 Tales tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern. We're back with new episodes of Big Gay Dice Game, which is our Strixhaven D&D dating sim, where a bunch of college students are navigating Strixhaven and all that entails. Fridays, we have Weird Web, which is a Monster of the Week campaign. And then over on Chaotic Wonderful, on tomorrow, we also have the One Ring 2nd edition one-shot. And then Thursday, we have another Monster of the Week game. So it's a lot of fun. Check those places out. Really great RPGs.
And Skag.
Hello, everybody. I am Skagwater RPG. You can find me on all the social media platforms under that. And yeah, you can find me here on Mondays You can find me every other Friday on Dice Drop Evolution, where I play Michael Malibu. And then hopefully soon, I can't really say much about it. There might be another superhero game that I'm going to be a part of, and I'm super excited for because I've just created the character yesterday.
Yay!
And Steve.
Hi, my name's Steve, at W9Steve on Twitter. You can obviously find me here Mondays. I'm very excited to hear what everyone else is doing because all that sounds amazing. Thank you for watching me run around drunk and cause problems and break stuff. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to our battle next week.
And I am Kristen. I have been the DM that's causing emotional damage tonight. You can find me. We got lots of stuff going on the channel now. Tomorrow we do have Watercolor Wizardry with Maria at 2 p.m. Pacific, where the last 2 characters for this campaign will be drawn up, and then we will have character art. Oh, not next week. We are skipping next week because it is 4th of July, so we'll be back the 11th.
Because boom booms.
Yes. But then after that, tomorrow, we have a special edition of Chaos Commentary. B. Dave Walters will be on the channel to chat, and we're going to interview him, and it's going to be lots of fun, and we're super excited. Thursday night, we have our next episode of At the Threshold with North Shore DM, our very own Chad, running that. And then Friday is the next episode of our Cyberpunk campaign, and we do have a guest, friend Don. He's going to be on as a guest spot. And then usually on Saturdays, you can find me on Exquisite Corpse Presents as Candy, but we had our very heavy season finale last Saturday, and so we're taking the next 2 weeks off before we start the next season. Stick around for a minute. We are going to go raid Todd Moonbounce, but thank you again, everybody, for coming out and playing with us tonight.
Woo! Bye. Good night. Bye. Bye.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
So long, farewell.
Do.
Maybe.
Chaos. It's never ending. Huzzah!
All right, we did the thingy.
Yay!
I love the lag